Hey, how you guys doing? So this is Neil from masterpaintnow.com bringing you another free art lesson. I'm one of the top art instructors on Udemy with over 30,000 happy students, all growing and learning. So grow with us. All right, let's get started.
All right, so that painting you saw at the beginning is the painting that we're going to be doing here. And this is done in Krita. It's a free software, very, very powerful brush engine. You can really customize your brushes a lot like you can in Photoshop. And so I was able to create a Bob Ross collection like I did in PaintStorm. I don't know. I still think I probably like PaintStorm better for the Bob Ross thing. I'm not sure yet. I like them both. They're both really good. I do like the way the brushes feel in PaintStorm though. They feel really, really good. But I also did a portrait in Krita using this oil brush, custom oil brush I made. And it actually was really good and really easy to use. I just used that one brush and it worked out really good. Really did like no blending with it, and I'll show you that painting here in a second. But yeah, anyway, so great software, works really good, does the Bob Ross thing really well. And what's really cool about my brushes is they're not designed to work digitally. They're designed to work in the same style as Bob Ross. And that's why they're the Bob Ross brushes. So you can actually follow along with Bob Ross and use his exact same techniques. You know, when he says pull the water down with your brush, you pull the water down with the appropriate brush, and then you swipe it very lightly sideways. Use the cloud brush, kind of, you know, do little circle motions just like he does with the, usually use a 2-inch brush when he does it. Sometimes he does the fan brush, but usually it's a 2-inch brush. And you do little circle motions and lay in the clouds, and then you use the blender cloud brush and just kind of sweep it around, little circles on the bottom to smooth out the bottom, then kind of just, you know, sweep it back and forth with it, you know, make it kind of large and sweep back and forth across the clouds if you want to smooth them out, or just kind of fluff up some of the tops and up and away, like wisp them up. Anyway, I'll be doing a tutorial soon showing how to use all my brushes, and how to use them in each software is the same. The techniques are the same. But yeah, so awesome set of brushes. I'll be giving these away free on my website, masterpaintnow.com. Once I come out with a tutorial, I'll have those on there. I haven't put them on there yet. I also need to show how to install them. It's really easy in PaintStorm. Krita, it's easy in Krita too, but it's just a little more, it's not as intuitive, so I have to kind of like show where it's at. But yeah, so it's fantastic. So what I really love about this is I'm both a traditional and a digital painter. And what I really love about this technique that I came up with is I always like to feel like I'm painting traditionally when I'm doing digital. Like that's my goal. So when I'm testing all these software out, I'm always looking for the next software that feels the most like traditional and allows me to do the same techniques as I do in traditional. And so far, nothing has come close to watercolor, and I've tried Coral over the years, and I don't know, even their new engine, it just doesn't do that well. But I'm going to try Rebel 3. Their water engine seems fantastic. I actually tried the free thing on their website, and it actually blended like real watercolors. Like you lay down a little bit of watercolor, and then how I blend is anyway, that's off topic anyway, but it blends like I would with real watercolors. So it allows me to use the same techniques, which is really cool. And what's really cool about these brushes that I designed is they allow, in both PaintStorm and Krita, they allow me to use the exact same techniques as I would if I were working, you know, for real with oils. So that's awesome. Now there are a couple setbacks, a couple differences. You don't have that underlying color coming through. So if you use white, you don't get the blue bleeding through. Like if you're, in this case, the black that's being used, the liquid black that Bob Ross uses has, the black is made with like red and blue. And so it adds a kind of like a violet color when you paint white over it. And if you keep blending it in, it kind of brings out that color. Or sometimes he'll lean it more toward the blue side, in which case in this painting it was leaned more towards the blue side. So as he paints in that white, it'll bring up this kind of blue color. So I have to do two steps because I can't get any software to mimic that. It'd be really awesome if someone makes software to actually mimic that oil idea, that is wet on wet technique. Like someone needs to actually design a Bob Ross software that'd be just fantastic, because you can use it for any wet on wet technique, not just Bob Ross. But yeah, so heads up to any software designer, programmers out there that want to build it. It'd be awesome to actually bring up that color. Now, this engine does have, you know, wet brushes that do pull up some colors underneath, and so does PaintStorm. But they don't seem to pull up the color. They kind of blend the color around more than like pull it up right. So it doesn't quite work right. So someone needs to figure out a way to make that work right. And that'd be awesome if someone did. But anyway, so yeah, it's fantastic. So with the you know, waterfall, for example, you know, I have to lay down like a couple blue strokes, you know, in there as well. So it kind of looks like it's picking that blue up. And when I did the mist, I had to, you know, first lay down a blue mist, you know, and so if the end result is his mist looks kind of bluish because it's mixed, you know, he's just using pure white, but because the white is picking up the blue black liquid black underneath and therefore turning it to like this blue color, like that mist behind those trees over there, then I just use the color straight from the beginning or right from the get-go. Now, if it's two-tone, because he first blends lightly, or first blends a little bit harder, then blends a lot lightly, so it gets a two-tone, kind of like a lighter bluish white and then a darker blue. In order to do that, like the mist underneath the waterfall, I just do the blue first and blend that out, then do a little bit of white on top of it and blend that out. Believe it or not, he actually does the same thing a lot. He'll do one application of white and blend it out really good so it has this kind of darker blue color, and then he'll dip his brush again, and this time he'll do it again, but he won't blend it out as much, so that way it looks a little bit more white. The way you paint the trees is the same way you paint it with a fan brush, so yeah, it's awesome. And I'm also going to show here, let me actually show you a picture of trees I did on Krita using these brushes, and I can do the same trees. It's the same, but what's cool about this is you can use the same techniques in Krita or in PaintStorm. So one thing I like about Krita is it does have touch support. PaintStorm's coming out with it soon, so I like being able to use two fingers and pinch to zoom, and then two fingers to move the canvas around. And that's really nice. But I've got used to how PaintStorm works with the Navigator, so either one is awesome software. I still think I like the feel of PaintStorm's brushes better, especially the mountain brush I made. That brush is so awesome. If I take the texture and just bump it down a little bit, it's an awesome like paintbrush. I can paint anything with that. I can do a portrait with that. It's just an awesome brush, and yeah, so it just feels really great. But this software feels really good too. I made a this is my main workhorse brush right there. I just did the moon with. I also painted the rocks with that brush, and that's my Neil's oil brush, and it's awesome. It's a really good brush that I made, and it works really good. I tried to simulate as much as I could the one in PaintStorm, and it came close, but not quite. But it does feel like oil, which is nice. Well, close enough to oil, I guess. And it's a brush where you could do light blending with it, like you could with real oils. But it's one where you really like with oils, you need to just lay down strokes. You don't want to like try to like lay a stroke down and blend it out. That's really not how you work with oils usually. I mean, I know some people do that, but then it looks like way over blended. But anyway, so yeah, it's awesome. So if you guys want to know how to do this, stay tuned. I'll be teaching my techniques using these brushes. The technique's the same in PaintStorm and Krita, so it doesn't matter what software you use, the technique will be the same. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. And if you guys have enjoyed this, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. I appreciate that. Leave a comment on what you guys thought of this. That's really awesome. I love giving comments or seeing comments. And I love getting questions. So if you have any questions at all, please type them in the comments so everyone else can benefit from the answers. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, I'm sure others will as well. So go ahead and smash that share button, or just copy and paste the link and share it on all your favorite social media, or just share it on your favorite social media, I should say. And that's it. So yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, so stay tuned also for more giveaways. I just sent out that Clip Studio Paint to the winner. I didn't just send out. I sent out a little while. He should already have it by now. But I will be giving away more things here. I still have my gouache paints to give away. They're really expensive ones. Are like $20 a tube, I think. Some colors I think were $25 a tube, which is insane for how small the tubes are. I saw my Cintiq to give away. That is a how much is it? $1,000? I think it's $1,000 brand new. Yeah, the Cintiq 12WX. It's the older model, but I still like it a lot. I actually preferred the slider button on it. It's really awesome for zooming in and out. But the touch, I have a touch now, so I've gotten used to being able to zoom in and out with touch. I really enjoy that. But yes, I'll be giving that away. Like I got a lot of really good art supplies to give away, and I'm gonna continue to buy art supplies and give them away because I think that you know, I grew up poor, and I like to help as many people as I can. You know, because now that, you know, I have the money to do that, I think that it's just something I want to do. So as many people as I can help, you know, to become an artist, that's awesome. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Make sure to hit that little bell button when you subscribe, and for notifications. That way you're up to date. I highly recommend, though, if you want to stay up to date when I post stuff, because YouTube seems to hate me and not update people or let them know that I post anything, and people will be like, hey man, how can I post anything? It's like, well, I have been, but they didn't get any notifications. So if you want to make sure you get the notifications, sign up to my Facebook. The link is in the description of every video, or at least all the newer videos, and also sometimes I pin it on the actual comments. So yeah, but anyway, just look in the description of the video. There's my Facebook, the Master Painting Now Facebook link. Go there and follow that Facebook page, because I also post every video there as well. That will definitely notify you. Well, it should. I think Facebook is pretty good about that. And that way you can be sure to stay up to date on all my new stuff. All right, now it's time to say goodbye for sure this time. And stay tuned for that real live lesson as well, the Bob Ross digital painting lesson, and how to use the brushes and all that good stuff. All right, until next time.